Today we have a 2,000 point game with Adeptus Mechanicus versus Emperor's Children. And we are playing Search and Destroy, Scorched Earth on Terrain Layout 6. And here is the battlefield.
All right, you guys, for the Adeptus Mechanicus today, we're running the detachment Hollowed Creed. We have 3 units of Rangers with assortment of weapons in there. We have 2 units of Castellan robots. We're also running 2 other Dune crawlers with neutron lasers, Cognis heavy stubbers. To the top, where all our characters are, we have 1 assassin, the Calidus, the uppy-downy one, I do believe. We have 1 Knight Castellan with all the fixins, all the heavy melee weapons. Back to our little characters, we have 2, what are they? Data Smiths, and then 2 Sicarian Scrotos. Scrotos?
And for the Emperor's Children, we are playing Court of the Phoenician. We have the Phoenician, Fulgrim. We have Lucius the Eternal. 2 squads of Chaos Fiends? No, not Fiends.
Spawn.
Chaos Spawn, there we go. 3 squads of Noise Marines with Lord Cacophonist and 2 Blast Masters. 2 Chaos Rhinos to carry 2 of those squads. Then we have a squad of Tormentors, another squad of Tormentors. A squad of Infractors with Lord Exultant. And a 6-man squad of Flawless Blades. All right, so we have deployed. I'm going to go over deployment with you all. So let's get some light on here. Right here, we have a squad of Tormentors, a squad of Spawn, Lucius the Eternal, a Chaos Rhino full of Noise Marines and a Lord Cacophonist, Fulgrim, because he's dang near impossible to deploy, another squad of Spawn, another Chaos Rhino full of Noise Marines, and then in this big jumble here, we have the 6 Flawless Blades, the Lord Exultant, and the Infractors. And then over here, we have the other squad of Tormentors. For my opponent, we have the Knight Castellan. We have the Castellan robots, 1 squad and 2 squads. We got his Skitarii Rangers, another squad of Skitarii Rangers, the Skitarii that nobody knows how to pronounce, the Calidus Assassin, the 2 Onager Dune Crawlers, and another squad of Skitarii Rangers, with 1 more of the dudes nobody knows how to pronounce. There we go. So we got our movement phase done, and I'm actually going to do my whole turn. So we pulled Sabotage, an attempting target. He chose the middle as my tempting target. So I moved my Chaos Spawn up there to take the tempting. I moved Lucius into here to Sabotage. We have that squad of Tormentors who stickied the objective and got the hell out of dodge. We spaced these Spawn to try to block some deep strike potential. Fulgrim moved up, knowing he's not in threat range from anything on this side of the board yet. The Flawless Blades moved back from the wall. The Lord Exultant and his Infractors scouted up to there and then moved up to here. The other squad of Tormentors just spaced a little bit better after sticking the objective. And that is it. With that, I will be scoring the small Sabotage and a tempting target.
All right, you guys. For the Adeptus Mechanicus, we drew Assassination and Establish Locus. Command phase abilities. We're looking at our robots. The ones over here, we're going to go for the extra 2 melee attacks. This squad over on this side, we will also go for the extra 2 melee attacks to hopefully thwart off Ron's advances. Other than that, Hollowed Creed, both Castellan robots will have +2 movement, and this unit of Rangers will also have +2 movement.
And Fulgrim selected -1 to be hit.
Bingo. All right, you guys. End of the movement phase, and for the Adeptus Mechanicus, we shuffled the rats around a little bit. We moved up the Doom Crawlers, getting some line of sight into the middle, hopefully to take out those Chaos Spawn. We brought up the Sidonian Sniper as well to establish locus. The Castellan robots rolled a big 6 on their advance. We spent a CP to allow them to advance and charge. Hopefully able to do some damage over here on this left side, including moving the Knight Castellan over as well. All right, you guys. End of the shooting phase. We ended up taking out the Chaos Spawn with the help of all our units over here. Yeah, baby. On over to this side, the Castellan Knight ended up taking out all the Tormentors. We made a 10-inch charge into the Infractors along with the Lord Exaltant, and ended up getting all of them out as well in combat, ending my turn. We did end up scoring Assassination along with Established Locus in the middle for the little points.
Alrighty, for movement, I didn't do too terribly much. I moved that Rhino full of Noise Marines up there so the Blastmasters can take shots at that fine gentleman. I yeeted our good man Fulgrim all the way up the table. He gonna get some. The Flawless Blades followed in support to come get these guys to clear up all the screens and BS in front. Hopefully, I can clean that whole unit and push them forward even further to force a play with that Castellan. That's all I got. Oh, and my missions, sorry, my missions are bring it down and extend battle lines. Extend battle lines I already own via that stickied objective. I did score extend battle lines, like I said I would. We did have some charges over here. Fulgrim came in and precisioned out the Datasmith after the Datasmith tanked way too many damages. Got one of the bots and wounded another one of the bots. The Flawless Blades came in and almost cleaned up the rats. Some nice -1 to hit is the only thing that saved them. So I have Bring It Down, and Bring It Down is kill a vehicle unit. Now this is where some cheeky shit gets involved. When this young lady joined that unit, she became a vehicle. And when I killed her, she died as a unit, which means I killed a vehicle unit. So I got Bring It Down. No.
All right, you guys, going into the ADMECH, turn 2. Cards drawn, we have Display of Might and Defend Stronghold. We'll move some units back. We'll see about getting this Defend Stronghold. Display of Might, moving units into the middle. We have some options for that. Our Datasmith order is going to be for 2 additional attacks in melee. And looking elsewhere, Holocrete orders, we're going to go for the +2 move on the Castellan robots, the +2 move on these Rangers, +2 move on this Doom Crawler, and we get 1 additional order. Or no, that is it for orders, actually. Other than that, catch you guys back at the end of the shooting phase. All right, you guys, end of the ADMECH movement phase, turn 2. Castellan robots have moved up along with the Doom Crawler and in support the Rangers right behind. Going to the other side of the table, we've left these Rangers right where they are. Hopefully shoot down this lane into the Rhino. The Rangers, we spent 1 CP to auto pass their leadership check. They've fallen back, do a little bit of screening for the Knight Castellan, which has moved up, has line of sight into them along with Fulgrim. We spent 1 additional command point to have the Castellan robots fall back, shoot, and charge. Coming in from reserve, we have one of the Sidonian snipers. Fulgrim's ability, we did talk about it. It's going to be the -1 to be hit. No longer the fights first. All right, you guys, end of the combat phase after shooting and everything else. We are working on Defense Stronghold. We will score Display of Might. Everything shot into the Rhino over here, taking it down to 5 wounds. Not taking it out, not the biggest blow, but I would have wished that they were out. Over here, between shooting and melee, we ended up taking out the Flawless Blades. Fulgrim, were not able to take him out in the shooting phase. Ended up tank shocking him with the Castellan robots, taking him out there and then consolidating 3 inches, or technically piling in 3 inches, into the flawless blades that were located there, taking them out as well. Finishing up the turn, looking pretty good for the Adeptus Mechanicus.
There we go. All right, we have movement done. Lucius boogied up here. He wants that Data Smith's sweet, sweet nuggies. We have that Noise Marine squad inside of that Rhino move up to get me area denial big and, you know, give me some good shots of those Blastmasters. The Rhino advanced up here. These guys hopped out, got on the other side of the thing for engage on all fronts. And I brought them in also for engage on all front. And I'm just going to try to put some hurt on some stuff. I lost 2 of my biggest hammers, so I need to score points, and this is how I'm going to do it. Alright, we had an eventful turn. So Lucius charged up here, fought them, and he got his Data Smith, but he did die for it. There was also a fair amount of shooting. I don't think I went over shooting. These guys went into here, did some damage. These guys wiped that squad of rats.
Yep.
With the help of that Rhino. The Blastmasters and the Rhino went into there. Between all 4 Blastmasters, he's down to 5 wounds. Like I said, Lucius did get clapped. These guys over here did manage to finish off that one robot.
Which deadly demised.
And he deadly demised, giving everybody just a little bit of love, including one of those rats. But with my movement and my placement, I have succeeded in getting both area denial and engage in all fronts on the big ones.
All right, you guys. ADMECH, turn 3. We have drawn Storm Hostile Objectives and Behind Enemy Lines. Other command phase abilities are Halo Creed. We've gone for the +2 movement here. And for the other unit of Castellan robots, behind that wall over there, we have gone for the other +2 movement as well. Leaderships, this Ranger has filled his, and the Onger Doomcrawler over there has also filled his leadership. Primaries, we scored another 10 for owning my home field and for owning this side objective. End of ADMECH's turn, we did end up storming hostile objective by dropping the Assassin over onto this far objective, kicking Ron off of it. We did not score behind enemy lines, but we will keep it. Shooting phase, we threw a lot of hate into the middle, along with the Castellan robot over in the corner. We ended up taking out the Rhino, putting some of the hurt on the Noise Marines. Did not get the results I wanted back here. Matter of fact, lost an objective because of it. Shot the Noise Marines, and then they react and move closer to the vehicle, rolled a hot 6, stole my point. Not a fan of that. Failed all the charges, trying to come back here and stop the bleed. Did not happen. Castellan robots shot, meleeed, ended up only killing 1, or perhaps, I believe it was 2 Noise Marines total.
Yeah.
And we did no damage to the Rhino. On that, you guys, bringing it back over to...
Alrighty, we had Emperor's Children movement phase. These guys conga lined onto this point to take it from her with trying to remain as hidden as humanly possible. These guys moved both onto the point in case he wants to uppy-downy with a certain lady to try to steal it. These guys used Thrill Seekers to move out of combat to gain line of sight on that squad who just took that from me with a reactive move after those guys moved onto the point. The Rhino is also backing them up with more supporting fire. And then over here, I decided to be cheeky, line them up against the wall because I don't see any melee threats near me, and try to burn his objective. That would gain me 10 primary points immediately. I did pull Defend Stronghold, which in theory should be doable, and secure No Man's Land, which I currently am doing. Alright, so here we are at the end of my turn, essentially. I did everything. These guys, they didn't do anything because the Thrill Seekers doesn't allow them to do anything. These fine gentlemen fired over into them, dealt some pretty good damage, gave them Battle Shock, did some wounds in that, and these guys finished them off in the charge. This guy popped off with his 2 combi bolters into this guy and got that last wound for me. which was pretty freaking cool. That being said, I score my full secure no man's land via that, and defend stronghold is ongoing right here.
All right, you guys. Going into ADMECH, end of round 4. Cards I drew behind enemy lines, I ended up keeping. We scored with the Assassin all the way in the back there. We also drew, along with the Castellan Robot, ended up just walking over there. We also drew Overwhelming Force, a good draw. Ron had a lot of units on objectives. We ended up killing the Tormentors, finished off the last, or not quite the last. No, it was.
No, there's
a
one right here.
Cacophonous and a Noise Marine. All the Noise Marines are dead, though.
Yep.
Ended up getting a good roll back here. Tank shocked the Noise Marines, put some hurt on the Cacophonous, took them out, stopped the burn action. The Knight Castellan shooting the Noise Marines, along with the Cacophonous in the middle, taking him out finally. On that, you guys. That's my turn. Oh, and the Sidonian Sniper continues not to do a whole lot.
All right, my turn was short and sweet. I don't have a lot of models left. They shuffled to potentially make that charge longer. Both of these guys moved over here. The Cacophonist was just like, Rhino, what are you doing over here? Lifted up his one pistol, put it down the barrel, and killed that thing. He just hasn't pulled it yet. I pulled this guy out of combat, out of melee with that guy over there to try to get more shots onto him. Just didn't need it. And then he took his 4 combi bolter shots at him and whiffed. He did, though, take another poison damage. 2 more poison damage, in fact. So at the end of my turn, I will have gotten Display of Might. Or not gotten Display of Might, but I did Storm. I'm going to burn Display of Might. And since... Yeah, that's it. Apparently.
All right, you guys. ADMECH, turn 5, we drew Mark for Death, which Ron has picked the Chaos Spawn on his home field, the not the Rhino, the 2 Cacophonous. Reason being, they have a 4-up invul save. You never know. We initially drew Cleanse, which I discarded for in hopes of a objective of more victory points, and we drew no prisoners. This is the end of the movement. We are still in Conquer Doctrine, so all my weapons have assault. The Castellan robots have moved over. That Castellan robot has simply moved up. He did fail his battle shock test. He's battle shocked, and he was poisoned. He's now down to 2 wounds remaining. The Doomcrawler has also advanced up to get line of sight on the other Cacophonous. Our lone ranger from the beginning of the game passed his battle shock and is going to start to burn this objective in no man's land. The sniper only moves 8, has no real targets, and has just simply remained stationary in shame. All right, end of turn. We did achieve Mark for Death. We ended up killing the Cacophonous in the middle. For no prisoners, we did shoot the... we did end up taking out the Rhino and the Cacophonous, gaining enough points. We did burn the objective over there. I scored primary at the end. The Castellan robots, and still owning the home objective. Other than that, we had no declared charges, and that's the final turn for turn 5.
All right, end of the game. It was one heck of a slobber knocker. The game ended 86-82 in the Adeptus Mechanicus favor. It came down to the wire. The last couple points he scored were what took him over. I had him by about 10 points for most of the game. Fantastic game either way. I could not stop scoring secondaries. I was scoring secondaries like the game depended on it, which, spoiler alert, all games depend on it. Was fantastic. At the end of the game, I had 2 units left. He almost tabled me. My thoughts of the game, I thought it was really fun. I thought it was cool, finally getting to see the Emperor's Children against not a list that would be good or bad against it, but on a terrain layout that didn't screw me. Even against a shooting army, it didn't screw me at all. I had a Gambit at the beginning, sending my Fulgrim and my Flawless Blades back after his Knight. It unfortunately didn't pan out. If it would have, I think I would have ran away with this game. MVP unit, I don't think it's going to Lucius this turn. I think the Noise Marines with Lord Cacophonist are going to take it. They pulled so much weight this game. It was absurd the amount of weight they pulled for me this game. So I'm gonna give them my MVP of this game. Give me just a minute here, and then I'll hand the camera over to the victor for his final thoughts.
All right, you guys. For the ADMECH side of things, I'm happy with the way things worked out this game. I knew going in I had a path to about 70 victory points. I achieved a little over that. I knew basically what I could score at primary, hoping for good secondary cards, and we definitely got pretty decent. MVPs has to go to the Castellan robots on the far side of the table that ended up putting some damage on Fulgrim, continuing past, and just continued to be a nuisance in the game. Other than that, no, I'm happy with the results. It was a real scrimmage. Definitely not how I would normally want my Adeptus Mechanicus to fight on the tabletop, which is just teeth and claw, so to speak. So, but I'm happy with it.